Celebrating the magic of high school sports, Allen Media Group proudly presents the 2024 WIAA Football Championships, live from Camp Randall in Madison, Wisconsin. This WIAA sports exclusive is brought to you statewide by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation, Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years.
2 games down, 2 to go here on Championship Thursday from Camp Randall Stadium in Madison. It's the Division 5 Championship up next, the Wrightstown Tigers and the Stratford Tigers. Welcome inside the bowl here at Camp Randall. I'm Nick Tabbert. We've had 2 great games so far. I think we're going to have 2 really good ones here to close out the opening day of this 11-player state tournament. We'll head upstairs to set the scene for this Division 5 battle. Here now is Scott Emmerich and Bill Brophy.
Hey, Nick, thanks very much. Bill, when you talk Wrightstown and Stratford, you're talking 2 perennial powers in the state of Wisconsin. Wrightstown is making its 5th trip to the state finals. They were down here last year, lost in the Division 5 championship game to Aquinas, and they were eager to get back, and they made it.
Well, they did, and doing it in a different way. They played in this game and got beat badly by Aquinas last year. Scored early, and then their ground game diffused them. So they've become more diversified this year. Trevor Vandehey's had a nice year as the quarterback. He's a Division I baseball recruiter who can throw the ball, but Humphreys is the guy that makes him go. Humphreys is their leading rusher. He's also their leading tackler on defense, but they're a different type of team than we saw here last year.
Yeah, they are led by head coach Stephen Klister in his 25th year as the head coach at Wrightstown. On the other hand, Stratford, they're closing in on some state history. They have 9 state titles, the most in WIAA history, along with St. Mary's and Edgar, who won earlier today. So a win today, and they could stand alone. Tell me about the Tigers from Stratford.
Well, they throw the ball a lot more than a year ago when they won the Division 6 crown. Tubbs has thrown for over 2,000 yards. He's a baseball guy, too. He'll play at Winona State next year. He's got more weapons to diversify their attack. He's a good one, and you'll see him all over the field today.
All right, they are led by head coach Jason Tubbs. We are led by on the field by our Brad Hansen, and he has more about today's matchup. Hello, Brad.
Oh, Scott, thank you very much. You want to talk about this Wrightstown passing attack? You guys just talked about it a little bit. More diversified from a year ago. That's thanks to assistant coach Matt Hintz, who has taken over play calling duties, and he has unlocked Trevor Vandehey. He's got 14 touchdowns this year. All of last year, he had 1 touchdown through the air. So that is certainly something we're going to be keeping an eye on. And we all know about the Stratford Tigers as well. I did catch up with both head coaches ahead of this game. The wind continues to swirl. It's sprinkling a little bit. Neither of them are concerned about that affecting the play calling or what's going to be happening on the field tonight. So we've got 2 perennial powers duking it out. It's going to be a good one tonight, guys.
Thanks, Brad. And trust me, if you were here this morning when the snow was flying as well, the weather much better right now. And now here's a word from our local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Back here at Camp Randall Stadium, Stratford representing the Central Wisconsin Large Conference, taking on Wrightstown from the Northeastern Conference, the Division 5 State Championship. The keys to the game are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Broke, what do you got?
Well, Brad touched upon it in his sideline report, but Vandehey is the guy that makes Wrightstown go. He's thrown the ball more this year, completes 59% of his passes for 1,400 yards. He's also ran for 591, so he's a guy to keep your eye on. Meanwhile, we talked about Tubbs. He was a key last year when they won the Division 6 title. Jack's thrown for 2,100 yards this year, and again, he's got more weapons than he had a year ago, and they like to throw the ball around the yard. If Brad's right, the conditions are more favorable than for the early game, you could have an offensive show here.
How about some fireworks? Bill, I've been looking forward to doing this game with you. You ready to go?
I am. It's always fun. Dusk is falling. The lights are taking hold here. Feels like a primetime game.
Here we go. Underway. Stratford to kick. Wrightstown to receive. And a little hopper fielded at the 20-yard line. And some running room. That goes Bennett Tynes. 1st and 10, Wrightstown from their own 34. Trevor Vandehei leading the offense onto the field. He leads an offense that has averaged 45 points a game during the playoffs alone, Bill. So when the competition has gone up, so has this Wrightstown offense. Aiden Humphreys, the big guy in the backfield with over 1,300 yards rushing and 24 touchdown passes. He's a big fella, too.
Yeah, you see their offensive leaders. Again, Tynes has been a beneficiary of Vandehei throwing the ball more, but Humphreys makes him go on the ground.
This is Humphreys getting the first carry of the game and a short gain of about 2. Here's the Stratford defense. Carter Lewick is a guy to keep in contact with and keep an eye on, wearing number 66.
Well, he's been a good player for 2 years, a two-way starter. Honorable mention All-State a year ago, but Wrench has had the good year, and Alex Chappell been a big play guy both offensively and defensively for the Tigers.
Yeah, Coach Chappell says Alex Chappell does it all on defense, one of the top tacklers in the state. 2nd and 8 for Wrightstown from their own 35. Our first pass, Vandehei dumps it off to Humphreys. Takes it across the 40 to the 41 to set up a 3rd and manageable.
Wrightstown went right down the field and scored last year against Aquinas. In fact, the coach said the other night on the media call, Steve Klister said, we've learned not to look at just the first 5 minutes of the game because Aquinas came back to score a 32-14 victory. But Wrightstown scripted their plays early last year. Looks like they got a pretty good plan out of the chute here.
3rd and 3. Need to get to the 44. Direct snap. And that was Vandehei. He's a little bit short, so an early decision coming up here for Stephen Klister and Wrightstown. It'll be 4th and about 1.5 yards.
First early big decision for Coach Klister, and it looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and short, even though they're on their side of the 50.
And it's 4th and 1.
Let's see if they run a play, maybe just try to draw them off sides. Big play here in the early going. Now Vandehei steps back, maybe a little pooch kick here, and that's exactly what's going to happen. This one's going to die inside the 30-yard line and roll out of bounds at the 26, and that's where Stratford will take over 1st and 10. They're led by their quarterback, Jack Tubbs, and what a season he is having. You touched on a little bit, Bill. 25 touchdown passes to just 7 interceptions. He's completing a remarkable 77% of his passes this season. He's also run for 12 TDs, and they have a deep, versatile group of running backs.
He made them go last year when they beat Darlington 10-7 in the title game. There you see his numbers. Again, he's got a good supporting cast this year and has utilized them more than a year ago when Stratford was predominantly a running team behind Kohler Kilty.
Miller and Vandehoof both over 600 yards rushing. Here's the direct snap going to Tubbs. Short gain there. Setting up a 2nd and long. Wrightstown defensively. Wrightstown is holding opponents just 11 points per game this season. Humphreys is the man in the middle there, the middle linebacker. He gets everywhere. Josiah Cousins, 6.5 sacks per game, and Jaden Kiddo, 5 interceptions, has been all over the field. Also, I want to keep an eye on number 15, Bennett Herman. He's a guy who's really stepped up this season for Wrightstown. 2nd and 9. Vanderhooft on the carry. Picks up about 5, and that'll set up a 3rd and 4 for Stratford.
Brooks Vanderhoof is a wing back. In a support role a year ago, and Kilty was the main man. But again, Stratford's moved the ball, spread the ball around a lot more, and one of the key guys is Vanderhoof.
This is an offense that averages 39 points a game this season and averaging 400 total yards a game as well. So the first big 3rd down situation for Stratford. Vanderhoof gets the carry. Brought down.
Nice play by Will Schoenhoff-Walder. to come up and make the stop short of the line to gain.
And that'll set up a 4th down this time. An easy decision for Coach Jason Tubbs. And they will be back in punt formation. Brady Berg.
Both teams playing that field position game early.
Stratford, Caden Cole and Jaden Kiddo deep for Wrightstown.
Tynes and Cole back deep to return this punt. I beg your pardon, Kiddo and Cole are back deep to return.
Brady Berg averages 34 yards a punt.
Little end over end. Fair catch called for and caught by Cole. Wrightstown will take over from their own 35, and we'll be back. Back here at Camp Randall, weather definitely playing a factor. We sort of have what I would call a gentle spray coming down here at Barry Alvarez Field. 39 degrees. Folks are bundled up here in Madison, and it's windy as well. I'm going to describe it this way. It's as if the wind is blowing hard from the Stratford sideline towards the Wrightstown sideline. But of course, if you're down on the field, it can swirl quite a bit as Humphreys carries for 1st down for 5 yards.
It'll be a challenge for both quarterbacks. Again, they're baseball players with strong arms, but a wind like that is going to impact the game.
Yeah, Vandehei, I beg your pardon, will play baseball at Iowa. A 3-year starter at quarterback.
He's an outfielder in baseball.
Both teams went 3 and out on their opening series, in case you just joined us. Vandehei and the keeper, and he is wrapped up by Lewick.
Vandehei on the keeper.
The All-State wrestler who made it to the wrestling finals at State here in Madison last year. He just kind of lassoed him. That's a 2-point takedown right there, Bill.
I'm going to say that's a wrestling move for sure. Lewick's a nice player, a 2-year starter. And again, has received lots of plaudits in his career.
He leads the team in tackles for a loss. That's his 10th of the season. 3rd down for Wrightstown. They fake the handoff to Humphreys, and Vandehei is short of the 1st down. So another 4th and 2 situation for Wrightstown.
Almost a duplicate situation around midfield. What do you do? 4th and short. I guess they got about a yard further to go. But do you kick the ball and continue to play this field position game, or get a little more daring and go for it on 4th down? We saw the pooch punt from Vandehei in the last series.
Yeah, and they go to the similar formation. And yeah, Vandehei will boot it away. This one will get a nice roll. And this will work out in Wrightstown's favor.
And the punt will get it to 9-yard line.
No score 1st quarter. We'll step aside and hear a word from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. And the 2024 WIAA Football Championships are brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here. To keep Wisconsin strong, a proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. No score. We have yet to get our first down between these two offensives. Stratford back out on offense for the 2nd time.
They gained 7 yards in their first 3 and out.
Vanderhoof gets the carry this time. Can't bounce it to the outside. Herman is there. And a good play on the outside by Daniel Bunton to kind of force Vanderhoof back inside.
Daniel Bunton's a big lad. He also is the kicker for this club. But he makes a defensive stop here.
Watch number 4 force him inside. And then help comes.
Braden Nowitzki is 75. He goes 6'1", 315. Bunton's 6 feet, 190. Nowitzki's the fella that can be tough to move for those Stratford fellas.
Quick toss out to the side. And our first down. That catch goes to Colton Bright on the outside.
Quick out to Bright, who made his 26th catch of the year, and yards after the catch enables him to pick up the first down.
Let me tell you about Colton Bright's dad. Mike Bright was an outstanding, a mean, nasty linebacker at UW La Crosse and was a part of the 1992 National Championship team at UWL.
Think you might have saw him play?
Yeah, I think I covered him back in the day. Shaner in motion for Stratford, coming off their first down. Little running room for Vanderhooft. And he picks up 9.
That Tynes made the stop, but not until Shaner got to the second level. He's close to a first down.
Well, Stratford able to find some movement up front. That offensive line, Drew Gage, Carter Lewick, Walker Weiss, Jager Ormond, and Matt Kolb left to right. Second and short. And that's Vanderhooft, and he gets just enough for the first down. Vanderhooft, the team's leading rusher, 744 yards coming into this one, 12 touchdowns on the season.
And he's been the workhorse on the ground early in this one. Stratford trying to get some rhythm together offensively.
So a couple of first downs on this drive for Stratford. Vanderhooft. This time he can't bounce it to the outside. Riley Feldkamp is there to corral him, and then a host of Tigers come in to bring him down. No gain on the play, setting up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good gang tackling here as they all meet at the ball. As you say, Feldkamp makes the original stop, and then he has lots of help. Both these teams tournament tested. Nope, not a lot of pre-tournament jitters here, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, Wrightstown with that experience last year making it to the D5 championship. Tubbs to throw, breaks free. Now he's going to run for it. Feldkamp wrestles him out of bounds, and that's going to be a penalty as well, likely for a horse collar as Tubbs hit the deck hard.
Mason Driscoll's going to get the 15-yard penalty for the horse collar, but Tubbs eludes Josiah's Cousins in the backfield, extended the play, and then picked up first down yardage on his own, tack on 15 more.
Horse collar on the defense, 15 yards at the end of the run. First down.
Those are the dulcet tones of Paul Lehman.
Braden Nowitzki. Boy, how did Tubbs escape this one? Cousins had him dead to rights.
Athletic play by Tubbs, and if you're a Wrightstown fan, said Cousins tackling leaves something to be desired, depending on what side of the fence you're on.
Which Tigers are rooting for. Here's Shaner with his first carry of the game. He gets to the outside, and he goes ahead for 9 yards. Jet Shaner with his first touch. A state track sprinter showing his speed getting to the outside.
And again, they like to spread the ball around, either via the pass or getting Shaner to the outside on a run.
So 2nd and short, and we've seen that a couple of times on this drive, Bill, with have had good plays on first down to set up 2nd and short.
And that opens up the playbook to you. You can do a lot of things.
Tubbs fakes the handoff, little quick hitter to Shaner, brought down immediately, just a gain of 3, but it is enough for a first down. Kiddo on the tackle.
Kiddo reacted quickly to the play, but not until after the first down reception. And Tubbs does a good job getting the ball out of his hand.
Shaner's also the team's leading receiver, 55 catches coming into this game.
Tubbs a right-hander, obviously, as a passer. He's left-handed in baseball.
So did that make him ambidextrous?
I believe that's the correct term. Or amphibious if you're Jim Ganner.
I remember that story. Caleb Wrench with his first carry of the game, and he breaks free. And again, Bill, another good gain on first down for Stratford.
Nice drive here by the Tigers. They did a 3-and-out in the first drive, but they've shown a little bit of their versatility on this drive. Tubbs has shown he can get the ball out quickly. Wrench there, the latest ball carrier.
Well, Stratford has 3 players who have rushed for over 500 yards this season. That includes the quarterback, Tubbs. Here's the toss to Shaner, this time bottled up. Nowhere to go, and a loss. Cole on the tackle, and it sets up a 3rd and 3.
Stratford has already utilized 4 ball carriers, so they've got some weapons, as we were told, and we've seen them here in a fast-moving first quarter. They've been good in 3rd down in this drive. It's a pretty impressive march.
Coming down to the final 30 seconds of the first quarter. Could be 4-down territory here. Vanderhooft into the line, first down to the 25, and the drive stays alive. And that should take us to the end of the first quarter if Stratford chooses not to run another play over these final 21 seconds.
Vanderhoof's run for over 650 yards coming into this game. It's his 8th carry to the first quarter. Looks like they're going to get one more play off.
From the Wrightstown 25. Tubbs on the handoff. Vanderhooft through a hole inside the 10-yard line. A gain of 16 yards for Vanderhooft, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. No score between Stratford and Wrightstown, but Stratford is on the move. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Well, the 2024 WIAA Football Championships are brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. 1 quarter in the books. Scott Emmerich, Bill Brophy with you here at Camp Randall Stadium, Barry Alvarez Field. No score. Stratford on the move. 1st and goal from their own from the Wrightstown 8-yard line. I beg your pardon.
Been an impressive drive. 12 plays, 67 yards.
Tubbs going to take it himself. Blockers in front of him. Tubbs to the end zone for the touchdown. Jack Tubbs with his 13th rushing touchdown of the season, capping off a 13-play, 91-yard drive that ate up 6 minutes off the clock. And we get our first points on the board.
Well, Tubbs went 3 for 3 passing on that drive, and he goes the final 8 yards for the first score of the game.
And now Stratford will go for the extra point. Mason Miller on to attempt the extra point.
He's 46 of 55 in extra point attempts.
Kick on its way, and it is good. So Stratford takes a 7-0 lead on Wrightstown on the first play of the second quarter. Here's a word now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Wrightstown played the field position game, had Stratford start on their own 9-yard line, and Bill, they answered 13 plays, 91 yards, with Jack Tubbs taking it across the goal line, the final 8.
Very impressive drive. They showed how their attack's a little more diverse this year. They collect 6 first downs on that drive. Tubbs showed he can throw it, he can run it, and he's got some weapons to utilize. A very nice march, and it took him a lot of time on the clock. Let's see if Wrightstown's got an answer.
Miller to kick. The Tigers have 3 players back. A little squibber fielded by one of the up men. And that was taken by Jack Nelson, who takes it across to the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for Wrightstown. Well, here's your Rural Road to State, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premium is paid here, stay here, to keep Wisconsin strong. You take a look at Stratford and how they've gotten here. And they have been, tell you what, that Prairie du Chien game last week, that was a dandy. Stratford down in the final seconds, and that's when Tubbs hit Alec Chapel for a game-winning touchdown pass in the final seconds.
And Chapel wins a jump ball to make the play and win the game, punch their ticket. You beat Amherst in the second round. That's a good test against a perennial power as well.
Yeah, everything else has been decided by at least 3 touchdowns or more in the playoffs. And there's a good start defensively for Stratford.
Stratford playing in Division 5 this year because of the new competitive balance rule, which saw them, because of their success, move them up a division. So that's why they are playing in D5. Wrightstown, by enrollment, is in Division 5. Van High there on the first down run.
Gain of 5, setting up a 2nd and 5. Hands off to Humphreys. Picking his way for about 4, setting up a 3rd and short. Humphreys, a WFCA small school all-state selection this past week. Wrightstown coming in, averaging 373 yards a game. They do most of their work on the ground, 263 of those coming on the ground. 3rd and 1. Humphreys through a hole, across the 45 to the 44. It's a nice gain of 5 on 3rd down, and a Wrightstown first down.
Yeah, we can talk about Van High throwing the ball more, but they're still a team that's going to ground and power, just pound the ball at you. Say, we're going to beat you up front. We got that big power back. Humphreys, let's see if we can beat you at the line of scrimmage and go down the field. They haven't done it yet till this drive, and this looks like they mean business here after Stratford got on the board.
Yeah, that was their first down of the game. It took till 10:16 to go in the second quarter. Now Vander High to throw. Looking deep, looking for Kiddo, and it is intercepted. Shaner comes up with it.
Nice play by Shaner. Ball might have been a tad underthrown, and Kiddo turned into a defensive back, tried to keep it away from Shaner, who made the interception. First turnover of the game.
That's his team-leading 4th interception, and he had this one played perfectly down the near sideline.
He really did. And the ball might have been a tad underthrown, but Shaner in position to make the catch. For Wrightstown, you can say it's as good as a punt, as they certainly will back Stratford up. But Stratford shown in their last drive, they can put together a long march.
So 1st and 10 for Stratford from their own 10-yard line. Tubbs going to keep it himself. Got a wall of blockers in front of him. Picks up about 4. Feldkamp again on the tackle for Wrightstown. He's been active early on for the Tigers defensively. It's a Wrightstown defense that gives up just 11 points a game and just 210 yards per game. Second and 6 for Stratford out of the shotgun wing tee. The handoff to Vanderhoof. Stopped immediately. Maybe a yard that time for Vanderhoof.
Daniel Bunton and Schoenwalder on the stop.
Vanderhoof 9 carries, 42 yards so far on this one. 3rd and 5. This is a big opportunity for Wrightstown to get a stop with Stratford deep in their own territory. Maybe set up some field position. Here's the handoff on the end around and nowhere to go. That was Caleb Wrench. Short of the first down, needed to get to the 20-yard line, so that'll set up a 4th and 3 and a punting situation for Stratford, and that means Brady Berg back in.
Little misdirection there, and Humphreys wasn't fooled. So Wrightstown gets the defensive stop it dearly needed, and they'll get the ball back apparently.
We've seen punts in this direction kind of die a little bit throughout the day in the 2 previous championship games. And Berg, and this one just kind of floats and settles down. But a very friendly Stratford roll moves it down to the 38-yard line, and that's where Wrightstown will take over right after this timeout and a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Stratford fans like what they're seeing so far. 7-0 over Wrightstown. Wrightstown takes over at their own 38-yard line after the 45-yard punt from Braden Berg, and you get a look at some of our windy, wet conditions at Camp Randall.
Yeah, we've been here all day in this windy, wet day. We've taken it for granted. That's just the way it is, but those players are feeling it right now. It's not a pleasant day to play in. No snow, but that's a cool rain.
The handoff goes to Kiddo, and he picks up a yard. I tell you what, this Stratford defense, Bill, keep in mind Wrightstown averaging 45 points a game in the playoffs. So far, Stratford has held Wrightstown to just 32 total yards and 1 touchdown, and we're about a quarter and a half into this one.
Well, they had something going on the last drive. Then they went for the home run shot, and the interception ensued. But let's see if they can establish something here on what is, I think, an important drive for Wrightstown.
2nd and 9. Van de High keeps it himself, and he's got running room. Van de High to the end zone. 61 yards. What a play for Wrightstown.
Again, he was a run for his quarterback a year ago, and he showed there he's still a pretty good runner. Nice move by the senior quarterback to get Wrightstown within 1.
Watch this again. I thought for a moment he was going to pitch to Humphreys.
So he faked it and then kept the ball, and that fake froze the one defender, and then he showed some pretty good running ability and speed.
That's his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. And just like that, after I say that Stratford has been shutting them down, Wrightstown answers with one big, long play. Here's the point after by Daniel Bunton.
Blocked.
And it is blocked, so Stratford will hang on.
Aaron Knetter, I believe, with the block.
Stratford will hang on to a 1-point lead. Xander Curtis gets credit for the blocked extra point.
Let's see who gets the ball. Here's the touchdown run by Van de Hagen. There's the fake to Humphreys. He keeps the ball, and then he shows some speed to outrun the secondary to the house.
And a look at the extra point. See if we can see who broke through there in the middle. Oh, it was Curtis. Nobody picked him up.
Xander Curtis with the block to keep Stratford in the lead.
But an important answer, though, Bill, for Wrightstown. I mean, Stratford had the momentum. Wrightstown had only 1 first down coming into that drive, and then they break a big one. And we'll see if that kind of loosens things up for that Wrightstown offense the next time they get the ball.
Well, a loud answer. They go 62 yards in 2 plays. Just took 49 seconds to get back in this game, to be sure. I don't know if they were out of the game down a touchdown, but a real loud answer by, again, a tournament-tested team that had kept its poise, and Van de Heide made a play, a 61-yard scoring play at that.
Bunton on the boot. Little high hopper. And a nice return. That's Reed Miller on the return across the 40-yard line, so good field position for Stratford after the Wrightstown touchdown, and we'll see how that Stratford offense responds.
Again, Stratford's controlled the ball. They've had it for 10-21. Wrightstown's had the ball for six and a half minutes.
Stephen Klister in his 25th season as the head coach. He's a Wrightstown native, former player way back in the day, started coaching at Wrightstown back in 1988 at the JV level. Here's a little double reverse. Caleb Wrench takes it across the 45 to the 46 for a gain of 4.
Again, they've shown a little misdirection to Wrightstown.
Yeah, he's got blue blood in his heart, Stephen Klister. Wrightstown, his hometown, means a lot to him. Second and 6. Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof into Wrightstown territory. Enough for the first down.
Here's what Stratford has done today on their first 3 drives. That 91-yard march was very impressive. It took up 6 minutes. They put together 6 first downs in their lone scoring march of the first half.
And now on the march again after picking up a first down in Wrightstown territory from the Wrightstown 47. Vanderhoof for a gain of about 4. I beg your pardon, that was... Well, it was Vanderhoof, I beg your pardon.
He's the leading ball carrier for him with 11 totes, now over 50 yards. Tubbs has just thrown the ball 3 times. He's 3 for 3 for 21 yards. So Stratford has done it primarily on the ground. I thought of Edgar because I was going to say Stratford beat the Division 7 champions 21-8 early this season.
Well, they're in the same neighborhood there. That is a collection. That area of Wisconsin has some huge powers. And now it's Tubbs out in the open field. Tubbs dragged out of bounds at the 15-yard line after a nice gain. Jack Tubbs on the carry.
Tubbs, who had the 8-yard scoring run, shows he can get to the outside.
And now Stratford on the move.
I think they might have got away with a hold there, but...
Yeah, Matt Kolb coming around. 31 yards on that run. I know the Wrightstown folks wanted a hold. Tubbs is the school's all-time leader in passing touchdowns and yards in a season and a career. And most of those coming this season. Another little double handoff on the inside on the counter, and Wrench is stopped immediately.
Nice defensive play there by Bennett Herman, who didn't fall to the trickery. Stayed at home and made the stop.
Herman stands at 6'3", 185. Coach Klister very complimentary of his development from last year to this year. One of those players who's taken a big step up, added a little beef, and playing his defensive end position very well. On second down, Tubbs inside the 10, down to the 1-yard line where it'll be first and goal Stratford. Jack Tubbs having a big first half.
That was just a play-on quarterback keeper. He fouled his blockers. While Wrightstown tried to strip the ball from the quarterback, he kept the legs turned and gets all the way to the 1.
2 hands on the ball. Multiple Wrightstown defenders trying to rip it away.
Well, Mason Driscoll is just trying to strip the ball, and Tubbs just kept on running. There's going to be a 5-yard penalty against Stratford.
Alec Chapel, we were singing his praises a short while ago. He's get whistled.
Ball start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
So instead of first and goal at the 1, it's first and goal now at the 6. Paul Lehman from River Falls, our official.
The other Zebras are Brian Johnson from Hinckley, Minnesota, James Selt from River Falls, Cole Tappy from New Richmond, and Daniel Hoffman from River Falls.
So first and goal now from the 6. Here's Wrench. Hit immediately. Humphreys coming in from his middle linebacker spot. It's a loss of 1.
Nice defensive play to bring down Wrench. That's why Humphreys gets so much notice as a defensive player, not just a running back.
He is the man in the middle for Wrightstown, that is for sure. Gets it done on both sides of the ball for Wrightstown. Just under 3:30 to go, second quarter. Stratford looking to extend their 1-point lead. Tubbs trying to get to the corner, cuts it inside, and is brought down at about the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal.
With Vanderhoof leading the way, another quarterback keeper. So they're inside the 5. You would think this is 4-down territory, but maybe Stratford figures they need points more than anything else. Obviously a equipment affair.
It's an official helping Riley Feldkamp with his helmet. Well, helmet maintenance. And now the officials want to get together and talk.
Please reset the game clock to 2:46. 2:46.
All right, little timing issue, setting up a 3rd and goal here. 2:46 to go until halftime. Big play here on 3rd down. Vanderhoof brought down immediately. Big play in the backfield.
Bill Schoenwalder, who's had a big first half, makes an outstanding play there. Bunton was there to assist, but that was all Schoenwalder. So it's 4th down. Going to be a timeout in the field to talk about the strategy for the final 2:19 of the first half.
Well, these two great programs, I tell you what, you talk about some state history. Wrightstown, I mentioned earlier, their 5th trip to the state finals. They've won the state title 3 times in school history. Back in 1998, they won it in Division 5. In 2006, they won it in Division 4. Same in 2011. Stratford, well, they are one of the blue bloods here in the state of Wisconsin. They're trying to win their 3rd state title in a row. They beat Mondovi back in 2022 in Division 6, and last year beat Darlington in Division 6. You remember that one, Bill, that memorable field goal at the end by German exchange student Lorenz Plattner. I was talking to Coach Tubbs this week. I said, hey, does Lorenz know that you guys are back at state? And he said, yeah. He said Lorenz is actually trying to get back here to watch this game in person. He wasn't quite sure if he was going to make it or not.
Well, he wasn't sure he was going to make the field goal either. Plattner had never kicked a field goal in his life, but he did that to win the Division 6 title. 4th down, they're going for it here. 4th and goal from the 4.
Tubbs looking in the end zone. It's Bright. He's got it for the touchdown. Colton Bright with his 7th touchdown catch of the season, and it couldn't have come at a bigger time on a 4th down.
Pretty well defended, but the defensive back doesn't close the deal here. Tubbs makes a nice throw, rainbows it in the corner to Bright, who's got a step on the defensive back, and Bunton doesn't knock it down. Bright makes the play. Stratford with their 2nd touchdown of the quarter.
So now Miller will try to add the extra point and make it an 8-point lead. And that kick is good. 14-6. Stratford leading Wrightstown. And here's the touchdown play, capping off a 10-play, 58-yard drive by Stratford. And this was another long touchdown drive for them.
Indeed, they go 10 plays, take up 4:46 on the clock. Nice throw by Tubbs. And again, I don't think Bunton picked up the ball. Bright was the beneficiary. And Stratford with an 8-point lead.
And rain is starting to come down just a little bit heavier here at Camp Randall. We'll keep an eye on that and see how that may play a role going forward.
Wrightstown will get the ball back with 2 timeouts.
.2:14 to go. Still plenty of time for Wrightstown to make a move here before halftime.
Brody Wilson, Mason Driscoll among those deep for the Wrightstown Tigers.
Miller on the boot. And it's a low liner. Scooped up. And returned by Theodore von Rossum. You know, the 2024 WIA Football Championships are brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
So decent field position for Wrightstown. Again, Vandehei only 1 for 2 throwing in this game for 5 yards.
2:08 to go until halftime. Wrightstown has 2 timeouts. And now we have another timeout. This is going to be on Stratford.
Timeout.
That's their first
Stratford.
timeout.
First timeout of the half.
Jason Tubbs must not have liked what he had seen there, and so
Yeah,
he
unusual.
notified the official to take the timeout.
Unusual that you would see a timeout coming right out after a kick.
Well, I think, again, either Tubbs or his defensive coordinator, Marshall Lehman, who's also the baseball coach at Stratford, didn't like what they saw in the formation. So they're going to talk about it and make an adjustment.
Well, you'd love to see Wrightstown, if you're head coach Stephen Klister, maybe open it up a little bit offensively. But with the weather conditions and the wind, that's easier said than done.
Can they move the ball? Vandehei with the 61-yard touchdown run has 71 total yards rushing. Again, he's only thrown the ball twice for 5 yards.
Well, one difference this year, Bill, when they fell behind to Aquinas in the Division V championship game last year, they fell behind big. They didn't have much of a passing attack to help themselves get back into it. In fact, Vandehei was just 3 of 6 for 19 yards the entire game against Aquinas. They feel better about their passing game this year. They also feel good about this guy carrying the ball, though Humphreys is stuffed for a gain of just 2.
Well, you heard that he brought in Matt Hintz to run the offense.
Make it more diversified.
Yeah.
They pass a little bit more.
And utilize the dual threat that Vandehei brings to the table. But Humphreys, power runner.
And he power runs this one for about 5. 3rd and about 3 for Wrightstown from their own 47.
I mean, even though they throw the ball more, Wrightstown rushed for 3,400 yards this year. They only threw for 1,400. So this is what they do well.
Little hurry-up offense on the delay. Vandehei takes it himself. He has first down yardage across the 50 to the 48 of Stratford. Clock pauses temporarily after the first down with 1:18 to go. Vandehei.
The planned quarterback draw.
Now 6 carries, 76 yards. Vandehei straight ahead, and Curtis read it perfectly and takes him down. And now a timeout for Wrightstown with 1:02 to go until halftime.
Yeah, they had a little rhythm in their hurry up, but
Wrightstown.
Stratford puts a stop to that on a nice defensive play by, I believe, that was Xander Curtis. Curtis is the fellow who blocked the extra point earlier in the game.
So now with 1:02 to go, rain, wind, and you're Stephen Klister. What are you telling your Wrightstown Tigers right now, Bill?
Well, to keep your poise, you got a lot of time with a timeout. Again, Vandehei shows he's a dual threat, both as a runner. He had the long run and little dipsy-do in that run, and he can throw the ball. So, I mean, you got a lot of time. And you're in pretty good field position here.
Yeah, 2nd and 11 here. We got a ways to go, and This is an offense that throws it a little bit more than last year. They average about 10 pass attempts per game. Like you said, they don't rely completely on the run, but have been willing to throw it up a little bit more during the season, I should say. Van de Heij's best game throwing the ball was against Freedom. He was 17 of 35 for 314 yards in that game. Now 35 pass attempts is way more than they're used to.
And they lost that game to Freedom, 28-24.
Van de Heij under pressure, breaks free, and is brought down. And it's Curtis making the play.
And Curtis has had some big plays in this first half. There, the sack. Puts Wrightstown in a third and very long.
Curtis came in with 2.5 sacks on the season. Give him another. And now Wrightstown content with letting the clock wind down, and I think Stratford's Jason Tubbs is as well. To the line, 3rd and 13, and now a timeout.
For Stratford.
And Jason Tubbs.
Timeout. Stratford.
Jason Tubbs, by the way, Bill, is coaching his last game today. 13 years as the head coach at Stratford. Just stepping away from coaching. His son, Jack, a senior, started as an assistant at Stratford in 2003. He's been to the finals 11 times as a coach, 6 as an assistant, and 5 as a head coach. Yeah, he's trying to bookend his coaching career at Stratford with state titles.
And you can see what his career record is. Won 82% of his games. Been quite an accomplishment to go out as a 3-time champion. Well, a lot of football left this afternoon, but they played well here in the first half.
Yeah, I wonder if this was a case of where he just wanted to be a little extra careful. Wrightstown broke the huddle and came rushing to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you don't get incentive bonuses for taking timeouts to the locker room, so
right.
Why not take one and get everybody on the same page?
Yeah, you don't get to carry him over, do you? So 3rd down. We're going to dump it off to Bunton. Oh, that screen was set up nicely, but the pressure forced Van de Heij to unload it a little bit earlier than I think he wanted to.
Good call, though. As you said, Bunton had 3 teammates out in front of him, and the pass was overthrown. So now it's 4th down, and you would think they'd kick the football, wouldn't you?
I do with 22 seconds left. I don't know if you want to mess around here. This could be one of those.
Van de Heij is the quarterback, and we've seen not a bad pooch punter.
Yep, now he steps back into that formation we saw earlier in this game, and he boots it down. It'll take a friendly Wrightstown bounce.
And I think Stratford will now take a friendly knee to end the half.
With 11 seconds to go until halftime, Stratford leading this one 14-6.
Coach Tubbs, I think, probably going to encourage his son to practice the victory formation.
Yeah, all the scoring has come here in the second quarter. If you just joined us, Stratford scoring on the first play of the second quarter on a Jack Tubbs 8-yard touchdown. Wrightstown answered, though, with a Van de Heij 61-yard run. The extra point was blocked, and then just moments ago, Colton Bright caught a 4-yard touchdown pass from Tubbs on a 4th down.
And you can see on your screen the rain has definitely picked up in the final minutes of the half.
Tubbs takes a knee, and both teams will head to the locker room. Bill, your thoughts on the first half?
Now, after a slow start, Stratford got their offense to come alive and had one sustained march, well, 2 sustained marches, one at 91 yards, the other of 58 to take the lead. Wrightstown got the big play, but they haven't been very consistent offensively, and they're still down by only 1 score, a lot of time to go. Pretty well played first half in the rain.
Stratford over Wrightstown, 14-6 at the half. Now a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Nightfall in Madison. The rain continues to fall as we've reached halftime in the Division 5 championship game. Stratford with a 14-6 lead over Wrightstown. I think we're set up for another great finish here. We'll get back to the game in just a couple of minutes. Right now, though, I'm pleased to be joined by Jake Bestia and Janelle Batten. You are the co-chairs of the Calendar and Coaching Contact Committee, and you actually had a meeting here in Madison today. So tell us a little bit about the committee and what you've been up to.
Sure, really productive meeting today. Jake and I are honored to be the co-chairs of this committee, the Calendar and Contact Committee. We have 23 members of our committee, but more broadly, we represent the diverse members of our membership, and our job is to investigate the topics of season length, number of maximum games, and then also the Calendar and Contact Committee also deals with, more specifically right now, the contact piece where we're looking at coaching contact. So that's what we're looking at, and our job is to help provide a balanced interscholastic experience for our student athletes. So really striving to look at those three items. We started with the contact piece most recently because we feel that everything kind of centers around that contact piece. So we're looking at coaching contact right now, and I'm going to let Jake specifically talk about a survey we just sent out.
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So our work really began looking specifically at summer coaches contact this past summer, and really that was based on feedback of the membership through area meetings, consistently, asking that we look in and reevaluate what summer looks like. So we began by collecting national data. So 30 states responded back to us with information about what their summer contact looks like. And then we sent a survey statewide to numerous stakeholders, which included parent guardians, activities and athletic directors, administration, and student athletes. And over 17,000 responses statewide, over 7,000 student athlete responses. And how cool is that, right?
That's
to have
incredible.
That kind of engagement. So we took that information along with other data that we have been seeking, and we are working toward, including our meeting today and then moving forward in the next couple months, to create a proposal for summer contact that we will bring to the Board of Control and eventually the membership.
All right, next meeting's in December. What are we looking forward to here coming
Yeah, sure.
up?
So next meeting is December 10th, and we're looking to, again, propose that language that we can bring forward and then eventually bring to our membership for a possible vote in April. Looking forward to that. And once that piece is kind of figured out, that contact piece, we think then we'll start talking about the season length and the game maximums, and then, possibly some contact in there. So those are the topics coming up next that we're looking forward to. But this is, I thought, a very productive meeting, very, very well done by our committee, but then also, the membership getting that information out to all the constituents, and the 17,000 responses was huge. So appreciate that help from around the state.
Quickly, just what's kind of the feedback you've gotten from around the state with your preliminary work so far?
I think ultimately is that our people and the many wonderful people we have coaching and instructing and leading our student athletes, they want to be actively engaged in supporting our students. So finding ways that we can maximize how they, provide not only athletic instruction, but to really support the overall student athlete and support the overall high school experience has been a theme. So we're looking to find ways to really maximize that.
Always fun to have a meeting at Camp Randall, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jake, Janelle, thank you so much for your work. We look forward to hearing what's to come in December. We're going to hear right now from some of our local partners. You're watching your WIAA network station. Halftime continues here in Madison. Division 5 championship game. Stratford with a 14-6 lead over Wrightstown, setting up for a great finish here in Division 5. Stratford and Edgar have shared so much success over the years. The Wildcats began this championship Thursday with another gold ball. Jerry Sins and company getting it done in Division 7, 19-0 over Potosi Cassville. That is title number 9 for Edgar all time. Division 6 came down to an onside kick late. Lomira over Grantsburg, 26-19, the first state finals appearance for both schools. We are at the half right now, Stratford and Wrightstown. Later on tonight, Division 4, Baldwin-Woodville and Racine St. Catharines. That'll start at 7 o'clock tonight. Coming up tomorrow, 3 more games starting at 10 o'clock. Division 3, Notre Dame and Catholic Memorial. Rice Lake back here in Madison, trying to go from Division III champs to Division II champions. They'll take on Slinger at 1 o'clock, and then capping off the entire football season at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Division I, Bayport and Muskego. Should be a lot of fun tomorrow. We hope you join us for all of those. We are going to hear from some of our network partners. You are watching your WIAA network station. Welcome back to Madison. Just about ready for the second half between Stratford and Wrightstown. The Tigers leading the Tigers by 8 points. Take a look back at the first half. No scoring in the first quarter. Jack Tubbs, though, starting it off in the second quarter with an 8-yard run, made it 7-0. Wrightstown trying to get a big play through the air, but it was intercepted. But Wrightstown would not be denied. Vanderhei on the ground. 61 yards to the house, and that was a spark for Wrightstown to get right back in the game, 7-6 after the run. And then, just before half, Tubbs, the Colton Bright, 4-yard touchdown toss, makes it 14-6 here at the half. Take a look at your first half stats. Notice the only 3 first downs for Wrightstown. They really struggled to get things going, got the big touchdown, and you see the time of possession favoring Stratford by almost 2-1 here at the end of the first half. Should be an exciting finish, though, to this Division V game. We're going to hear from our local partners once more, and then we'll get you to the second half. You're watching your WIAA network station.
Scott Emmerich and Bill Brophy back here at a rainy Camp Randall Stadium on Championship Thursday of the WIAA State Football Championships. Division V action right now. Coming out of halftime, Stratford leads Wrightstown 14-6. Brad Hansen had a chance to catch up with both head coaches. Let's go down field side. And Brad, what they have to say?
There, you see my glasses right here. Yeah, I'm an amateur meteorologist today. The rain really picked up heading into the half. As we've gone through the half, it's kind of settled back down again, so I don't anticipate a ton of problems as that goes. As far as the teams, I caught up with Wrightstown head coach Steve Klister on the way into the locker room, and he said, obviously, we just need to find more consistency on the offensive side of the ball. Other than that Vanderhei touchdown, they had very little success moving it. I also asked him what they need to do to slow down Jack Tubbs, and he said obviously he's very good. They're looking at maybe throwing an extra defender that way to just slow down what has been a really potent rushing attack from Stratford's quarterback. As for Jason Tubbs, he said, hey, things are going well. We got to keep doing what we're doing. There was obviously a bad angle taken on the Vanderhei touchdown. We made our adjustments. We're good to go. As far as the rest of the game goes, he says, hey, we're doing things right. Let's keep it going, guys.
Bill, I imagine Jason Tubbs really has to like what his defense has done so far. Nick gave you the stats earlier, but Stratford has held Wrightstown to just 3 first downs in that first half and just 101 total yards of offense, as you can look at Jack Tubbs and his rushing numbers.
Yeah, I think Nick, going over those stats, pretty much told the story of the first half. Vanderhei had the 61-yard run, but other than that, Wrightstown's only rushed for 35 yards in the first half. They've done a pretty good job of shutting down the Wrightstown attack. Meanwhile, as advertised, Stratford has been more diverse than we've seen them. Tubbs 4 for 4 passing. You saw what he's done rushing. They had an impressive first half. They get the ball to start the second half.
Opening kickoff will be fielded by Stratford, and this is Shaner taking it up to the 27-yard line. You saw Jack Tubbs' numbers a moment ago, 4 for 4 through the air, 7 carries, 66 yards on the ground. And here's how they've done offensively. A couple of 3-and-outs, and then a couple of scoring drives. So I would call it 2 out of 4, not counting kneel downs at the end of the half. Pretty efficient for Stratford so far. That 91-yard touchdown drive kind of really set the tone in this one. Transitioning from the first quarter into the second quarter, didn't it, Bill?
Well, they ran the ball well, 127 yards, 4 different ball carriers. They've just spread the ball out as advertised.
Here's Vanderhoof getting the edge and getting a block and picking up a first down after a gain of 13 yards. Vanderhoof now up to 13 carries for 63 yards. He had a really nice first half as well.
No, he's a nice back. And gets a block here from 66. That's Carter Lewick, who we know is their captain and one of the better players in northern Wisconsin. Good way to open the second half if you're Stratford.
First downs were hard to come by in this one if you were just joining us in the first quarter before things opened up in the second quarter. All the scoring has been in the second quarter in this one. Vanderhoof again. This time he can't bounce it to the outside. Humphreys is there to wrap him up, as well as a host of other Tigers there as well.
Well, again, Lewick was leading the way, but Wrightstown stacked that one up. Keaton Colwell doing the honors, along with Humphreys.
So a 2nd and 9 from their own 42-yard line. Vanderhoof next to Tubbs in the backfield. They fake it to Vanderhoof. Tubbs takes it himself, and he sneaks up to the 47 for a gain of 5. That'll set up a 3rd and more manageable.
Josiah Cousins on the stop. Coach Tubbs pointed out the fact that Stratford has been here now 3 straight years. That means they've got to practice for 14 weeks over the last 3 years. A lot of the younger players have come along. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah,
if you're going to get kids more work, they're going to be ready to go when you call their number in their junior and senior year. And he's pointed out that's a real benefit for his team. Makes a big difference.
The seniors on this year's squad have played 3 straight seasons of 14 games. 3rd and 5. Vanderhoof got a first down and more. Vanderhoof down to the 18-yard line before he's finally dragged down. A big run for Stratford, and now they're in the red zone.
Riley Feldkamp saved a touchdown as Vanderhoof, the first big chunk play for Stratford.
A gain of 35 yards for Vanderhoof.
And again, Lewick leads the way. He breaks one tackle in the backfield. Lewick raises his arms thinking Vanderhoof's going to go all the way, but again, 77 Feldkamp saved the score.
Vanderhoof now over 100 yards, 15 carries, 101 yards on the day after that 36-yarder. Tubbs straight ahead, now bouncing. Tubbs tough to bring down. A gain of 8 down to the 9-yard line, and Stratford, that offensive line, really starting to impose their will.
Well, this would be a statement drive. You come out of the locker room and add to an 8-point lead. Vanderhoof been the main man on this drive, but Tubbs threatened the backfield as well.
Vanderhoof lines up next to Tubbs in the backfield. 4 receivers to the top part of your screen. Tubbs, this time read nicely by Wrightstown. Feldkamp in there, Nowitzki. Not quite a first down, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 from just inside the 9-yard line. And again, with the being rainy and windy, I don't think there's any secrets here, Bill.
No, this is power football.
On 3rd and 1. Vanderhoof plows ahead inside the 5. First down, Stratford to about the 4-yard line. And that'll set up a 1st and goal, and the drive continues.
Yeah, Stratford's starting to establish the line of scrimmage on a statement drive. And they've come out and said, our guys are better than your guys. And give credit to Drew Gage and Carter Lewick, Walker Weiss, Jinger Ormond, and Matt Kolb, the 5 guys up front doing the work, the heavy lifting for Vanderhoof and Tubbs.
1st and goal. Tubbs with Vanderhoof blocking for him. Tubbs down to the 1-yard line. And now we're starting to see why that Stratford offense averages 400 yards a game. you keep leaning on people, Bill, and eventually you just kind of wear them down. This drive already over 4 minutes, approaching the 5-minute mark. Vanderhoof into the end zone, touchdown Stratford. Brooks Vanderhoof with his 13th touchdown of the season.
And again, he did most of the running on that march as they come out of the locker room at halftime and really make a statement.
And now Miller to add the point after.
Mason Miller.
Berg holding, snap, kick, and good. 21-6. Stratford opens the second half on a long touchdown drive. Here's a word now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Brooks Vanderhoof with the touchdown carry for Stratford, extending their lead to 21-6. 9 plays, 73 yards, and it took almost 5 minutes off the clock. What a start to the second half for Stratford, Bill.
Vanderhoof with the big play on that drive, a 36-yard run to get him in the red zone, and then he goes the final yard. And again, Stratford comes out of the locker room with some real vigor.
Yeah, Vanderhoof 4 carries, 42 yards on that touchdown drive. Kiddo on the return. I beg your pardon, that was Alex Van Helvert on the return for Wrightstown. And here's a Rural Road to State brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. You're looking at Wrightstown and their trip to state. Mentioned it off the top of our broadcast, averaging 45 points a game during the playoffs. They had one squeaker against Kiel, had to survive a 2-point conversion attempt in that one.
Trevor Vanden High passed for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game, also added 90 yards rushing, but as you said, they had to hang on in the second half against Kiel. The other 3 games have been blowouts. They need to get that offense going here.
Vander High wide open, it's Humphreys. Humphreys carries it across the 45 and a first down for Wrightstown. So they come out firing here in the second half. We talked about how the offense a little bit more diversified. Vander High only 1 of 3 for 5 yards in that first half. I'm sure weather conditions playing a role in that, but to see him come out and hit that first one has to be big for Wrightstown, Bill.
Well, they've only thrown the ball down the field once, and that was intercepted. Otherwise, been a lot of short passes. That was a safe pass, and Humphreys was wide open, picks up the first down.
Now Vander High in the option. The toss to Humphreys. A gain of 3. That was the play they scored the touchdown on in the first half. This time, instead of keeping it, Vander High pitches it over to Humphreys for a short gain.
Humphreys now 7 carries for 26 yards.
Yeah, he's kind of been held in check. Only about 3 yards a carry. Bill, this is a guy who averages 7 yards a carry during the regular season and playoffs.
Wrightstown in general has been kept in check. They only have 4 first downs. This is an important drive for the Tigers.
Second and 6.
Could be an offside penalty against the defense.
I believe that was Drew Gage who leaned across the line of scrimmage, and that'll cost Stratford 5 yards.
Approaching it on the defense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Been a well-played game. Very few penalties.
Yeah, just 3 penalties in this game in total. 1 on Wrightstown and now the second one on Stratford.
And there's only been the 1 turnover, and that was the interception. There you can see Gage jumped early. Full house backfield there.
Going old school, and the handoff goes to Humphreys, breaking through. Oh my, and it was Colton Bright who prevented Humphreys from taking that one the distance.
First time we've seen that look from Wrightstown, and it was effective. Humphreys comes up hobbling a tad at the end of the play.
Couple of first downs to keep the drive churning along for Wrightstown. They're at the Stratford 35. The time the handoff goes to Caden Cole. Short gain of 2.
And 4 drives in the first half of 9, 8, 62. One of those plays was a 61-yard touchdown run by Vanderhei and 8. So this is the most sustained march for Wrightstown on this rainy afternoon.
2nd and 8 from the 33. Humphreys tried to break free from Lewick, and he couldn't. Lewick dragged him down after a gain of a couple. I'll tell you what, that Carter Lewick, he's getting ready for wrestling season already.
I felt the same way. I'll bet he's a terror on the wrestling mat. Anticipated that play well and wrapped up big old Humphreys.
Made it to the state championship bout last year in his weight class. Third and 6. This is basically 4-down territory. Vanderhei across the middle. Pass is tipped. Did he catch it?
Think so.
Oh my! What a catch by Kiddo.
Kiddo stayed with it when the ball was tipped and then went up and made a big play for Wrightstown.
Count how many Stratford Tigers there are around Kiddo when this ball is tipped. I mean, I think there were like 4 of them. And there were 4 Stratford Tigers around Kiddo, and he's the one who came up with it.
Curtis tipped the ball. He's had a big afternoon.
Trying to get to the outside is Cole. Not a whole lot going on.
Zach Tubbs disrupted the play, and then his teammates and the cavalry came to his aid to make the stop. Tubbs blows this play up, strings it out, and then the gang tackling teammates get the tackle for a loss. 2nd and 11 coming.
Three receivers to the bottom part of your screen. Lone running back is Humphreys. Vanderhei swings it out and off the fingertips. That one intended for Button. So that'll set up a 3rd and long situation from the 22-yard line. And again, you're not kicking field goals in this weather. Down 2 touchdowns. It's 4-down territory here.
And you kind of get the impression of maybe must-score territory for Wrightstown.
And the rain coming down a little bit harder, too. Vanderhei loses the grip. Scoops it up and falls forward. We do have a flag on the play. Let's see what happens here.
I think that'll be procedure offside. The top of your screen, you probably saw the receivers flinch.
And it will go against Wrightstown. Jason Tubbs will wave it off and force the 4th down.
Illegal shift on the offense. That penalty will be declined. Result of play, 4th down.
But you're going to see the receivers here will flinch and leave prematurely. And there's the illegal shift. Coincided with Vanderhei dropping the snap, all of which is bad news for Wrightstown, who faces a 4th and 13.
Gotta have it here with under 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Good protection. Vanderhei looking. Cannot connect with Kiddo, and Stratford will take over. And we'll take a timeout here from Camp Randall. Here's a word from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. 21-6, Stratford leading Wrightstown. A Wrightstown drive that went 10 plays and 42 yards, netted nothing. And so Stratford taking over on their own 24-yard line.
Stratford's had the chunk plays today. One of those was a 36-yard gallop by Vanderhoof on the drive earlier in this third quarter. The lone explosive play for Wrightstown was Van Dyke's 61-yard touchdown run.
Tubbs picks up 6 on first down for Stratford. Tubbs approaching 100 yards right now. He has 12 carries for 89.
And the key now is ball security. Again, we've talked a lot about the rain. It's not pleasant with the wind. You got to hold on the ball. If Stratford doesn't turn it over, they're in good shape because the way they've been able to grind it out on the ground, there aren't that many possessions left for Wrightstown to possess the ball.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark of the third quarter. 2nd and 4. Tubbs tripped up. Shane Walder breaking through on defense for Wrightstown.
He has really played well.
We've called his number quite a bit.
I believe he's their leading tackler.
So a 3rd and 3, and if you're Wrightstown, you need to stop right here.
And Stratford will be in no hurry to snap the ball.
The handoff to Vanderhoof. Turns it upfield. He has first down yardage and more to the 38-yard line. A nice gain of 6, and the drive stays alive for Stratford.
Big third down conversion there on the run by the track star.
And Vanderhoof is still down.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he hit the deck hard here at the end.
Ooh, we got smoked.
That is big number 75, Braden Novinsky, who delivered the final blow.
Again, Novinsky, 6'1", 315.
And Vanderhoof, who has just been so good today. 18 carries, 113 yards, and a touchdown. And now on his own 2 feet, walking off slowly. Don't blame him one bit for taking a few extra moments to catch his breath after taking that hit. So the drive continues. We'll see who Stratford turns to be their go-to person on the ground. They sure have a lot of options. Caleb Wrench now in the backfield, joining Tubbs. Shaner in motion, and they give to Wrench. Wrench off the right side for a gain of about 4.
I think they faked you out with that. Reed Miller got the ball. Good ball handling by Tubbs to fake it to Wrench and give it to Miller. The misdirection even fooled my partner.
Oh, man.
You can see why Wrightstown was confused.
I promised myself I wouldn't get fooled, but I did. I got fooled that time.
I can see why. Again, Tubbs pretty good with his wizardry in the backfield there with the ball.
And now good news, Vanderhoof back in the backfield next to Tubbs on this 2nd and 7. Little misdirection. The handoff goes inside to Wrench, and Wrench close to the first down. He's a couple yards short. Takes it up to his own 46-yard line.
And that'll be the last play of the third quarter.
21-6. Stratford leading Wrightstown with 1 more quarter to go. Here's a word from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Scott Emmerich and Bill Brophy back here at Barry Alvarez Field at Camp Randall Stadium. Stratford trying to win their 3rd state title in the row and their 10th in program history, leading 21-6 as we start the 4th quarter, facing a 3rd and 2. Tubbs crosses the midfield stripe and picks up the first down, and the drive continues.
You know, they can say all they want about how they're more diversified and they throw the ball, and Tubbs has the numbers for his senior year to prove it, but this is a team that is just ground things out. They just pounded the rock today. It's old school Stratford football. They've run for over 225 yards, and this is another impressive drive all on the ground against Wrightstown.
And on a day when they needed to. This is not a day where you want your ground game to go disappear with the rain and the wind.
Tubbs has only thrown 4 passes in the game.
Shaner in motion, and the handoff to Vanderhoof. Breaking a tackle and leaning forward for 6. And if you're Stratford head coach Jason Tubbs, you'll take 6 yards on first down all day the rest of the day.
Vanderhoof nearing 120 yards rushing. Got 20 carries.
Again, he was the team's leading rusher coming in, averaging 7 yards a carry. He has averaged 6.3 yards a carry today.
They had the big gun Kilty a year ago. They've got more weapons in the backfield today, but they still primarily have run the ball.
Tubbs keeping it, turning the corner. Flag comes in as Tubbs gets dragged down at the 33-yard line. Let's see what the flag is all about. We'll check in with our official, Paul Lehman.
Hold on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains second down.
We'll take another look at this. Matt Cobb getting called for it, wearing number 55. Keep an eye on him on the left part of your screen.
He reaches out and grabs Cousins.
A little too much jersey. 10-yard penalty sets him back. 2nd and 14 now. Stratford from their own 47. Vanderhoof, the lone setback. He carries it, and he is stopped. And Nowitzki is there on the stop for Wrightstown. Just a gain of 2.
Stratford gives him a new look, a little eye candy before the snap, and then they give the ball to 23. Brooks Vanderhoof, who's stopped there. But again, the clock continues to roll, and that's not good news for Wrightstown.
So now on 3rd and 12, Bill, how aggressive do you want to be with a 2-touchdown lead near midfield, wanting to keep a drive alive?
What we've seen today, I think they're going to keep it on the ground. A little misdirection, perhaps.
Tubbs is going to throw. Swings it out to Shaner. Can he break free? No. Great tackle on the far side of the field. That is Bunton over there. And that'll force a 4th and about 6.
Safe throw. It comes up short of the yard to gain. So it appears Stratford will punt the football.
That was Bennett Tynes on the tackle on the far side of the field, forcing the 4th down.
Well, let's see what they do. Again, they're not going to do it in a hurry, whatever they decide to do. That's Brady Berg, the punter.
He is the punter. Wrightstown with 2 men standing on their own 10-yard line. Good snap. Berg gets it off cleanly. This one's going to bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 13-yard line. All right, we'll take a timeout. 8:48 to go. Stratford up by 2 touchdowns. Here's a word now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. And the 2024 WIAA Football Championships are brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. 8:48 to go. Division 5 championship game. Stratford leading this one by 2 touchdowns. And you know, Bill, sometimes good drives don't always end in points. Stratford on that last possession, 9 plays, ate up almost 6 minutes worth of game clock.
Only went 42 yards, though, and it didn't result in a score.
Humphreys, boy, he's been held in check here today.
Again, this is an offense that averages pretty near 40 points a game. They've been held to 6 first downs today by that Stratford defense.
Humphreys himself averaging over 100 yards rushing per game. He's been held to 10 carries for 40 yards in this one. back at 10 for 43. Here's a pass to Kiddo, trying to find some room, makes a move. Kiddo with a big gainer down to the 34-yard line, driven out of bounds by Shaner.
That's what Wrightstown needs, a big chunk play. They had the long touchdown run by Vandehei. Other than that, they haven't had a play over 11 yards until that pass to Kiddo that gets them out to the 35. I think it's fair to say it's imperative Wrightstown scores in this march.
Yeah, Kiddo with his second catch of the game. His best game came against Little Chute when he had 3 catches for 85 yards. Here is Vandehei, lost the football, but Wrightstown hopped right back on it.
Big hit there.
Popped right on it. It ends up being no gain on the play, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
Important recovery, though.
Let's see who delivered that big hit.
We say Vandehei really takes a lick here.
Wrench. Helmet on ball, causing that one to pop free.
And Curtis is around the ball again. Vander Kurtz had a nice game.
Here's Vandehei on the option, cuts it back up, and is driven down. Now you mentioned Xander Curtis today. 6 tackles, 1 sack, and 3 tackles for a loss.
And he also blocked the extra point.
Yeah, number 28 for Stratford has been all over the field.
Wrightstown going to run a little option. Vandehei picks up significant yardage.
3rd and 1. One of those gotta-have-it moments for Wrightstown to stay in this one. Vandehei picks up the first down, not much more, but the drive will continue for Wrightstown.
As you said, they had a habit. Vandehei picks up the first down.
Now working with a little tempo on offense.
I was just going to say, they've been a little too deliberate on this drive, though. They're going to pick things up a little bit under 7 to go.
Straight back. Vandehei looking deep, looking for Cole, and he's got him! Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A sensational pitch and catch. Vandehei to Caden Cole.
Nice throw by the quarterback there. Yeah, this guy's an outfielder in baseball. Going to play D1 ball at Iowa next year. Yeah, some Big Ten schools have baseball. Anyway, that was a perfect throw to Colwell, who beat Tubbs, and they're in the red zone. Again, this is, you would think, is a drive that Wrightstown's got to convert.
A gain of 36 yards on that play. They're in the red zone now. Vandehei hands it up. No, he keeps it. Turns it up and picks up about 6 to the 14-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 with the clock running at 6:16 to go. Right to the line of scrimmage goes Wrightstown on 2nd down. Vandehei lost the handle, scoops it up, and is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. That's happened a couple of times for Vandehei in those shotgun snaps.
Yeah, he just plain drops the ball, but athletic enough to make something out of nothing.
A lost down, though, for Wrightstown and a lost opportunity. Now we have a timeout here.
I think, again, a helmet repair necessary.
It was on Vandehei's helmet, so he gets restrapped. 3rd and 5. Vandehei in trouble. Curtis had him wrapped up, forced a fumble that Vandehei falls on, and it's a loss of 2 on the play. No open receiver downfield, Bill.
Curtis is in the middle of things again, but let's see how the ball comes out. I think it might have come out by his teammate. I think he ran into big old 75, Braden Nowitzki. But anyway, the ball was on the ground. And now all of a sudden it's 4th and 8. And Wrightstown needs to convert in a big way. This has been a nice march. You can see they failed to convert in their previous 4th down conversion.
Kiddo in motion. Vandehei looking to throw. Dumps it off, and it is incomplete. And the Stratford defense holds once again. Stratford hanging on to its 21-6 lead with 4:39 to go. Here's a word now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. That was bend but don't break for the Stratford defense on that drive. Wrightstown going 10 plays at 70 yards but 0 points.
And maybe just as importantly, he took 4 minutes off the clock.
Here's Tubbs. Stumbled a bit, and now a flag comes in late. Generally in the area of holding, and that's what it is, holding on Stratford.
And now if you're Wrightstown, you desperately need a turnover. So they'll back them up. And
Holding on the offense. Half the distance. Replay the down.
That'll set them back to the 7-yard line.
Despite playing in the rain, Stratford has not turned the ball over, either by fumble or interception today.
In general, both these teams have really handled the ball well in the bad weather. We've had just one turnover, although on that last drive from Wrightstown, we saw a couple fumbles that they recovered on their own. Vanderhoof to the outside, gets the corner, and picks up about 4. Vanderhoof now up to 125 yards rushing on 21 carries.
And again, they're going to bleed the clock as much as they can.
Vanderhoof, by the way, that's a new season high for him. 21 carries, 121 yards on the ground. Previous high, 116.
Collectively, Stratford has run for 240 yards against Wrightstown. And really won the line of scrimmage.
And they've done it against a team in Wrightstown that only gives up 108 yards on the ground per game. Short gain of 2 for Vanderhoof. And now a timeout. This timeout will be on Wrightstown with 3:31 to go.
Timeout. Wrightstown.
Just the first timeout for Wrightstown. They have 2 more to go.
And you think they're going to have to take another one after this next play as well, so they'll burn 2 of their 3 timeouts on their defense.
And now it's time for your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. This one came back in the first half. The touchdown toss from Jack Tubbs to Colton Bright.
Nice rainbow throw right with 2:14 left in the first half. It widens Stratford's lead from 1 point to 14-6 at the break, and Stratford's defense has done its job ever since.
That was your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. 0 in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Yeah, Tubbs 5 for 5 throwing today, just for 31 yards and that 1 touchdown.
And he's added 95 yards on the ground in 14 carries and scored a touchdown. So he had his nice day in his final game as a high schooler. He'll play baseball at Division II Winona State next year.
Third and 12. Wrightstown brings a blitz. Tubbs keeps it and is dragged down right at the 14-yard line.
I think Tubbs is hurt.
Tubbs went down hard. Humphreys with the tackle. And Tubbs limping a little bit off the field. Wrightstown called a timeout, so 3:22 to go. They have 1 timeout left. They'll get the ball back after a punt.
Let's see how Tubbs gets hurt on this play. Clearly he was shaken up.
there was some grumbling there on the sideline about maybe a horse collar, but no, that wasn't the case. Humphreys had his hand on the nameplate.
Wrightstown, second charge timeout.
So we'll keep it here. 3:22 to go, fourth quarter. Most of the business in this game was handled in the second quarter after a first quarter in which both defenses dominated. Stratford able to open it up quite a bit in that second quarter. They scored 14 of their 21 points with a Wrightstown touchdown in between.
Brady Berg is in the game, so they will punt the ball away. And again, Wrightstown could clearly need a punt block or a long return, but they got to score in a hurry. They are now down to one timeout remaining with 3:22 left in the game.
Yeah, you saw Stephen Klister there a moment ago for Wrightstown. Both these schools, such rich, strong traditions in Wisconsin. Wrightstown has qualified for the playoffs every year since 1995. Stratford has an unbelievable streak of their own. Jason Tubbs a part of that, and as we mentioned earlier, going for a state record 10th state title. Fourth down. Stratford a punt. They come after him. Berg gets it away. Nobody back to return for Wrightstown, and this takes a huge, huge roll for Stratford all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Well, they decided to bring the house on the attempted punt block. Berg did a good job of quickly getting the punt off, and with nobody back to receive it, it got a very nice roll. So Wrightstown has a long way to go in its quest to score twice in the last 3:11.
Total yards, Stratford at 272, getting most of their work done on the ground. Wrightstown at 208.
Now 61 of those yards came on the touchdown scamper by Vandehei.
And we saw 36 on that last drive on the pass from Vandehei to Colum. Two big chunk plays. Otherwise, it's been tough going on offense for these guys. Wrightstown, that pass may have been tipped, and it is intercepted. It is Chapel. Chapel on the run. Chapel inside the 25-yard line, and Stratford is in business, and that might be the final nail in the coffin. Chapel with the interception.
Fourth interception of the year for Alec Chapel. Again, Vandehei was under pressure. I don't know if he was hit or not, but he certainly was feeling the heat and didn't get off his best throw. Chapel, Johnny on the spot. Yeah, I think he was hit, his arm. And Chapel is the recipient of that wounded duck. He avoids the one tackle. Nice run by Chapel on the return. Stratford in good shape late in this game.
Should also mention Stratford won 6 state titles in a row from 2003 to 2008. They're the only program to win 6 in a row. And looking like they're going to win their 3rd in a row here. The toss to Shaner. And he is stopped for a loss of 2. Clock keeps winding. 2:43 and counting.
Coach Tubbs talks about the history of this program, and he says his players all understand. They see the state team pictures in his 6th grade classroom. Says this is a community that loves to compete in all sports, and they get after it in the weight room. And again, they have a lot to be proud of in what Stratford has done in football. They're on the verge of bringing another trophy to the trophy case.
By the way, Chapel, who had that last interception, Bill, his dad Chris was on the 1986 Stratford state title team. Here's the handoff, Vanderhoof. Still on his feet, stays in bounds smartly, and picks up a gain of 8.
This holds up, and it sure looks good when under 2 minutes to play. Would mean Stratford has won 10 state titles. That's more than anybody else. In their Marathon County rival, Edgar won its 9th earlier today in Division 7. But Stratford on the verge of winning their 10th.
Clock winding, under a minute and a half to go in our Division 5 championship.
Jack Tubbs doing a nice job of milking as much time as he can out that clock.
Vanderhoof bottled up. Caden Cole has had a nice game, though, defensively for Wrightstown. He's got 11 tackles on the day for the Tigers.
I think Wrightstown emptying their bench here. Getting some players in the game and some seniors make a curtain call. Nice job by Coach Klister to acknowledge his seniors.
Yeah, and the Stratford faithful, they can sense it. Jack Tubbs raising his arms.
Tubbs certainly can feel it. Got to be a proud moment for him as a senior, and to know his dad is going to go out on top with 3 successive state titles.
Big moment for the Tubbs family and Stratford, the program as a whole.
Stratford.
They'll take a timeout with 27 seconds to go. Maybe get some other players into this one. But what a moment for Stratford. We have more state championship football coming your way after this one. We got our Division 4 title game coming up at around 7 o'clock. Racine St. Catharines will take on Baldwin Woodville. And you can watch it right here on this WIA network station. And then tomorrow we'll reconvene again starting at 10 o'clock in the morning for the Division 3 championship. That'll be followed by the Division 2 title game at 1 o'clock, and then we'll wrap it up at 4 o'clock with our Division 1 state championship game. Final words and hugs for Stratford on their sideline and their huddle.
I don't think there's a lot of strategy being discussed in that huddle, do you?
No. Hand it off and get what you can get. We'll call it a day.
Get the fire engines ready in Stratford.
Raise a gold ball.
You can see Lewick encouraging the crowd to start the party.
Is that Lewick lined up next to Tubbs?
Yeah.
I think so in the backfield, the big offensive lineman.
And he's going to get the ball.
They give the senior offensive lineman a carry, and they take it down to the 7-yard line, and that will do it.
The clock stops for the first down, but I don't think we'll see another snap. Instead, I think we'll see a celebration of Stratford's 3rd straight state title. The last 2 years they won in Division 6. They moved them up under the competitive equity rule instituted by the WIA, and they can play with the big boys. They're going to win Division 5.
And there it is. A state record, 10th state title, the most in WIA history. Stratford, your state champs, a 3rd year in a row. We'll be back to hand out some trophies after a word from your local station. This is your WIAA network station. Stratford, a state champion for the 10th time in school history. Brad Hansen is standing by with a very happy Jack Tubbs.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Jack, your last game in your high school career, your dad's last game in his coaching career. You walk off a state champion once again. Describe the emotions of this moment.
It's bittersweet right now. It's like I feel like crying right now because I know it's going to be the last game I play with these boys, but I'm also really excited because we just won a 3-peat and we just won a 3rd straight championship, so I'm sad and happy at the same time.
Well, go celebrate with your teammates, all right, Jack?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. 3-time champion Stratford Tigers, guys.
Thanks a lot, Brad. Tubbs, 15 carries, 94 yards in this one. Brooks Vanderhoof, 24 for 137 and a touchdown. Those were your leaders for Stratford. 21-6 is your final. Here's a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network station.
Stratford is your Division 5 champion, a 21-6 win over Wrightstown. They are handing out the hardware as we speak here at Camp Randall Stadium. three-peat for the Tigers, 10th title overall for Stratford. It's been another incredible day for Central Wisconsin. How about those Tubs going out in style here for Stratford? And the Tigers going to get their trophy here in a moment. Here it is, title number 10 for Stratford. (21-6) the final in this Division 5 championship. 3 games down, 1 more to go here on this championship Thursday. Join us at 7 o'clock for the Division 4 championship. We will see you again shortly. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 7 o'clock.